Okay, yeah, hi, nice to meet you. So I actually started with the one cleanse, and then I did also forgive. So I did a week long. I have cleansed numerous times, probably over the past 20 years. And so one of my Facebook friends, I would say, she recommended the products, and I saw, her posting about it, and particularly the colon cleanse, the one cleanse, and I was like, yeah, I want to do a cleanse. I want a bit of that. So I got my products. I did a bit of pre-cleansing stuff, and eating lots of vegetables and cutting down on fruits, and cutting out meat, and then I did the one cleanse, which was a week long, and then on the 7th day I did the forgive. So I did it whilst I only had one child at home. One was away on holiday, the older one, so I've got 2 children. And before, I've actually always cleansed generally when they're in the house. So it gets quite intense, really, when they're about, having to cook for them. So I had prepared lots of food for the younger one, so we could easily do that. But interestingly, this one, I didn't really miss food. I just felt empty. When I've done cleanses in the past, so I lived in India for a long time. I did a lot of colon cleansing with a chap who started them over there, and had worked with John Below of Wheel of Life fame, and he did it very differently. And what I liked about the cleansing on such a massive way, with 10 days of cleanse and the water, the kalimas, was I felt really clean. Whereas this cleanse, the ZenCleanz, I felt that I was really purging from all the cells. So I just found it very, very different, and a lot less harsh, if that's the right way to describe it. A lot more gentle with the evacuations and using the enzymes. When I've done them in the past, we've probably used coffee and different types of enzymes, but different types of enzymes. So not these fruits and vegetables that have been fermented for 3 years. They're a different type. So I would definitely go down this avenue again, but maybe not the week long. I think that having been able to cleanse so radically over a short weekend is so much more useful to us here in the West, where we don't have loads of time to be doing cleanses and stuff. It's that it really fits in with the modern day busyness.
Yeah, I feel that.
So I have experienced, because of the cleansing that I've done, the nature of it, I've experienced big, long lengths of mucoid plaque coming out of the large intestine, but also the small intestine. What the difference was in the ZenCleanz one was that it was more slushy, I'm going to say. I'm trying to think of a good word to use. It was softer. because before, when I've done it, it's gone into water. So this is probably, I've done some with the sieve before, so you're looking at it, but that was different. Actually, I'm just now thinking I've done a lot of different cleanses, but this one, it was softer, it was more pliable. As I say, it was slushy. And then when I found out from the Telegram group that, you know, there's so much great support with the cleansing, there's always someone on hand to be able to explain what's going on, and you show your pictures and what have you. And so I understood that it was because there was a lot of fat involved, or undigested fat, should I say, that was causing it to look a bit slushy and a bit, well, different to cleanses that I've done in the past. So, moving on from the actual one cleanse and then doing the forgive. So I've done a lot of gallbladder cleanses, because back when my eldest daughter was a baby, I had a lot of gallbladder issues, and I went to the allopathic doctor, and he I had what they gave me some radioactive stuff so they could see my gallstones easily, and I wasn't able to go near my daughter for 24 hours. And they said anyway, so then I did a gallbladder flush, and I got lots of small little gallstones out. And he said, no, the consultant said, no, you've got no gallstones. And I was like, oh, and I showed him these gallstones, and I said, what are these then? Are they gallstones? He said, yes. Anyway, I have religiously done gallbladder flushes since then, but this was a liver cleanse. This was liver and gallbladder, and I've never experienced anything like that. It came out, it smelled like baby poo. Babies eat, they drink the milk, it's fatty, that's what it is essentially. And I suppose that's what my fat was in my liver. And I think this was my wow moment when I was doing the forgive cleanse. I had a lot of visuals of people that came forward that needed my forgiveness, as well as wanted to forgive me. And that was like, wow, that's incredible. And lots of people, all these pictures of visuals of people coming forward. So I spent actually the majority of the one cleanse doing this releasing and forgiving, and a lot of like shamanism kind of work. I called on all the tools that I have myself, that I've been trained in, to let go of that. And I think maybe that's why I had such an amazing wow moment the next day. But interestingly, through the night, I still had more people coming forwards. So the next probably 2 days after that, I just felt my liver had shrunk. It didn't feel so bulbous. It felt like I had this huge release and forgiveness of both myself and so many others as well. Yeah. In my past, in my younger days, I would not eat because I wanted to be in control of being empty, of the way that it was the only thing that I managed that I could control. And yeah, I'd go for days without eating. So, but it was a different feeling. And there was days where I was thinking, I don't know if I can continue this. My younger daughter would come down and go, Mum, really? Really? And yeah, there was some dark times where I wasn't really very sure, particularly with the drinks that I at the beginning stages, that I was struggling, and I've now realized that actually you don't have to take them all in one day. I think being kind to yourself, because it is, for want of a better way, it's kind of like an operation, you know, that you're going through, because you're releasing so much, like you say, on a spiritual, a mental and a physical level. You're really having to pull your resources to continue with particularly the drinks. But then towards the end, I thought, well, you know, we're on day 6 or maybe day 5. I only got 2 days to go, and I want to achieve this, and I'm going to feel so much better. And so I would go out for a little walk, or I'd have a little sleep, and then it would be time to drink some enzymes again. And you know, and this time will pass, or I'd have lots of water to drink. I think I had maybe 5 liters a day, so that I would be, like you say, I'd be full but empty at the same time. But I knew that what I was doing was going to have such a tremendous effect on me once I broke my fast. Good question. So I just want to go back to what you were saying about the head stuff. So I'm a breathwork facilitator, and I use a lot of the felt sense. Well, I use felt sense. That's what it's all about, really connecting in with the body. And yeah, we spend so much time in this area, but actually if we move down into the body, we're able to get underneath the emotion, particularly when we're empty. I mean, just remembering, I used to fast to make really big decisions. Unfortunately, I don't do that anymore. But going up to your question about the alignment with the enzymes, I feel that the enzymes have enabled me to discern which foods are good for me and which aren't. And also the enzymes. So because of my younger days of not eating, my body sometimes doesn't like to digest things very easily. So the enzymes have been just tremendous for that. And because of the pack that the bundle that I purchased, I think it was I purchased the 3 different packs of enzymes, and I don't think I used all the liquid through the actual process. So I had all that, but I'm still using the enzymes now, maybe not quite. I use at least 1 pack per day. And what I found with that is that I don't feel so bloated. And my digestion is so much stronger. But yeah, I think the main thing really is about better food choices of what's going to support me. Bit probably like when I was a raw foodist, when I lived in India, which was when all this cleansing started. I really enjoy food and what it does for you spiritually, mentally, physically, and I think that the enzymes are they just compound that. Yeah, so I because of my age, I've noticed some skin issues, let's say, and after the cleanse, I noticed that the little dry patches on my skin were reducing. So that's on the outside. But then also I noticed that my hearing was better, and my eyesight is better. I actually went for an eye test. So because I wear glasses, I had to put my glasses back on. I didn't have any other glasses to wear. But interestingly, I went for an eye test last week, and so it's been 2 years since they've been examined, and actually they haven't deteriorated, they've stayed the same. So that for me was like, wow, okay, so this, even though I did it, I think I did it back in maybe July. Well, I think it was at the beginning of July. And I definitely knew that my eyesight had got better. It would have been good to have been able to change the prescription then to see how, or to have it tested to see how different the eyes were. The other thing that I've noticed is my digestion's better. I think that's, you know, helped with the enzymes. My nails have grown better. I've got more energy. I sleep better. Yeah, I think those are really the main key things that I've noticed.
It's
Well, definitely the body wants to heal. I've healed an autoimmune disorder. I've done quite a lot of healing on myself, and I think that given the opportunity in the right environment, then the body just wants to heal, and that takes that radical responsibility for what you're putting in, particularly after you've broken the fast, and how you're eating and what you're eating and what you're saying to yourself and who you're hanging around with. You know, it's that whole holistic approach. But yeah, I think that that's available to us if we want to give it a go.
And stronger.
Yeah, that's probably the first place that I started, was establishing the intuition, and that came about by probably cleansing all those years ago whilst I lived in India, and letting go of a lot of the stuff that I'd held on to. So and it was from those places that I learned about how to really start to connect with my body and move it in certain ways to help with the releasing, and you know, the yoga and breath and meditation, and yeah, the breathing and what have you. And being kind, and you know, having those intentions of releasing and massaging this, you know, there's so many things that you can do to just amplify the cleansing, rather than just sitting there feeling you're sorry for yourself, being, oh, I'm just empty. It's definitely a connection into and wanting that the best experience that you can possibly have, rather than just another thing that you do that you think that you're going to be better from it.